Kong the Conqueror has spent centuries plotting his revenge. The original Avengers reunite, unleashing a time-spanning war that stretches across the past, present, and future. The story begins as Thor, Giant Man, Wasp, and Captain America crash into Old New York through a time portal disk. The sudden arrival of the Avengers sends pedestrians running in every direction. Their landing sends a nearby newsstand flying. Giant Man easily lifts the wooden structure back into place, while Wasp playfully flirts with him. Thor realizes the power behind this time storm is far beyond anything ordinary humans could imagine. The veteran on the street recognizes Captain America and steps forward to shake his hand in gratitude. After a brief moment with the crowd, the team takes off again. Giant Man shrinks down and rides on the back of a giant giant, while Cap jokes about the team's wildly different ways of getting around. The moment they land, the Avengers are surrounded by excited fans asking for autographs and even hugs. Cap leaps into the air to avoid being overwhelmed by the crowd, telling everyone they can simply mail their request to Avengers Tower for signed photos. After the Avengers leave, the streets return to normal. The Daily Bugle is selling headlines attacking Spider-Man. Betty Brant complains that no other newspaper goes after Spidey like the Bugle does. A young Peter Parker happens to walk by and witnesses the whole thing. The story jumps thousands of years into the future, where Kong watches the original Avengers safely return to their own time through his observation screens. Furious, he reveals his plan to drain Earth's ancient resources to feed his galactic army. To complete his conquest, he must eliminate the Avengers first. Kong destroys his collection of replicated Iron Man armor, Captain America's shields, and Thor's weapons, deciding that none of them are powerful enough to defeat the Avengers. He then retrieves a gamma-powered Hulk core and uses it to create his ultimate killing machine. Back at Avengers headquarters, Giant Man and Wasp joke and flirt about their chaotic time travel adventure. But their quiet moment is suddenly interrupted when an emergency alarm starts blaring. The source of the alarm is finally revealed. Hulk is rampaging through the streets completely out of control, smashing taxis and tearing through buildings. Giant Man and Wasp rush in to calm him down, trying to remind Hulk of his past as an Avenger. Gamma energy has completely destroyed Hulk's control. The original Avengers step in one by one to stop him, but each of them gets brutally overwhelmed by the raging monster. Giant Man slows down and tries to calm Hulk peacefully, but the out-of-control monster believes everyone is trying to hurt him. Hulk fires a devastating punch straight into Giant Man's chest, and Wasp immediately flies over, desperately calling Hank's name. Captain America charges in with his vibranium shield to block Hulk's attacks. The two engage in a brutal hand-to-hand fight, but Hulk's raw strength completely overwhelms Cap, eventually throwing him hard onto the ground. Hulk's rage reaches a breaking point. He grabs a Roxanne tanker truck with one hand and violently slams it into the ground. The massive explosion tears through the area, damaging the buildings surrounding the cathedral. Inside the cathedral, worshippers panic and rush to escape as the entire building shakes violently. Cap lies injured and unable to intervene, while Wasp shrinks down and repeatedly fires her bio-stings at Hulk's face, trying to keep his attention away from everyone else. Hulk endures the painful stings and snaps. With one furious swing, he sends Wasp flying. Tiny Janet crashes into the rubble and falls unconscious. And the moment Giant Man sees his partner lying there, his anger completely takes over. An enraged Giant Man charges forward and confronts Hulk. The two giants clash again, but Hulk's overwhelming strength allows him to lock Giant Man in a crushing grip, before smashing him back into the destroyed pavement. Hulk raises his fists and declares himself the strongest being alive, ready to deliver the final blow. But suddenly, Jonah tears through the sky and crashes into his chest. Thor descends from above, finally joining the battle. Thor recalls Jonah and warns that no ordinary being can withstand the power of Asgard. Hulk's eyes burn red as he declares that the angrier he gets, the stronger he becomes. The two titans prepare to tear each other apart. News broadcasts capture the chaos unfolding outside the Fifth Avenue Cathedral. Civilians and police officers are rushed to hospitals. As Thor and Hulk exchange devastating blows, with entire city blocks collapsing around them. Fueled by unstoppable rage, Hulk launches Thor through the air and buries the Asgardian beneath a mountain of rubble. Standing alone in the ruins, Hulk appears unstoppable, and no one is left standing to challenge him. The fake Hulk raises his arms in victory, declaring that every Avenger will die. Rick Jones rushes to the unconscious Captain America, desperately shaking him and trying to wake him up. The robot Hulk recognizes Rick and blames him for ruining Kong the Conqueror's plan, preparing to finish him off. The red-eyed robot Hulk slowly closes in on Rick. Kneeling beside the fallen Captain America, Rick desperately begs him to wake up. Nearby, Giant Man lies defeated and unable to fight back, while flames and destruction consume the city around them. Rick suddenly realizes the truth: this Hulk isn't the real one, but a synthetic duplicate created by Kang's time technology. Just as the robot reaches out to grab him, Iron Man blasts it away with powerful repulsor beams from his palms. Tony lands and warns Rick that his repulsors won't be able to hold the monster back for long. The robot Hulk charges without hesitation, smashing its fists into the armor. The two engage in brutal close combat as Hulk grabs Iron Man's legs and violently drags him across the ground. Iron Man takes the fight into the sky, carrying the robot Hulk above the city. After struggling with the massive machine in midair, Tony sends it crashing into an outdoor ice rink, hoping the slippery surface will limit its movement. While still worrying about the missing Thor, the robot Hulk loses control of its rage and hurls massive chunks of debris at Iron Man. The attacks severely damage Tony's armor and destroy his repulsor emitters. With his long-range weapons gone, Tony can only rely on speed and evasive moves to survive Hulk's devastating punches. The frozen ring gives Tony the advantage. Using the built-in rollers on his armor, Iron Man glides effortlessly across the ice, while the heavy robot Hulk struggles to keep its balance. Every charge sends the machine sliding past its target, unable to land a hit. The scene cuts to the rubble, where Thor lies trapped beneath massive stones. Separated from Jonah, he loses his Asgardian power and returns to his mortal identity, Donald Blake. After hearing his faint cries for help, Wasp flies back to the city to call for police assistance, before returning to search for Giant Man and Thor. On the other side of the wreckage, Wasp wakes the unconscious Giant Man with a kiss. After a brief emotional moment, the two remember the rampaging robot Hulk and rush to help Iron Man. Along the way, they reunite with Rick and the revived Captain America. Rick explains to Captain America and Giant Man that this isn't the real Hulk, it's a temporal duplicate created by Kong. The team realizes that without Thor's power, defeating it with brute force is impossible. Instead, Giant Man uses his scientific knowledge to create a plan to outsmart the machine rather than overpower it. The robot Hulk keeps losing its footing on the ice, growing more furious with every failed attack. Enraged, it stomps through the ring floor, sending both itself and Iron Man crashing into the freezing water below. Even in the middle of the chaos, Hulk mocks Tony for getting a cold little ice bath. With his armor badly damaged, Tony has only one working repulsor left to fight back. Just then, Wasp arrives with a new strategy, ordering the team to fall back, because she has figured out a way to stop the robot Hulk. Captain America immediately charges in, using his shield to keep the monster occupied. The robot Hulk locks onto the one thing standing in its way: Captain America's shield. It chases Cap out of the ring and into the city streets. Police rush civilians out of the danger zone while Cap keeps moving, deliberately pulling the monster away from innocent people. The two collide in a brutal fight outside Radiant City Music Hall. The robot Hulk tears through cars with unstoppable strength, while Captain America blocks every devastating strike with his vibranium shield. But Cap isn't trying to defeat it. He's leading the monster exactly where the team needs it to go. Inside the subway tunnels, the Avengers put their plan into motion. Giant Man rides alongside his giant ant, helping evacuate passengers, while Wasp clears the tracks and prepares the battlefield for their final showdown. Tiny activates his armor's magnetic systems, creating a massive metal restraint net to trap the Robot Hulk. But the machine's strength is far beyond anything they expected. With one powerful burst, it tears through the entire metal cage. After breaking free, the Robot Hulk locks onto the Avengers once again and charges down the subway tracks at full speed. The team splits up and retreats deeper into the tunnel, guiding the monster straight toward the electrified rails. Giant Man and Wasp know their plan comes with a huge risk. They share one final moment together, preparing for the worst. Then the Robot Hulk steps onto the electrified rails. 750 volts surge through its body, overloading its systems and bringing the massive machine crashing down. Even after being heavily damaged, the Robot Hulk laughs and claims nothing can stop it. But when it turns around, it finds the Avengers blocking every escape route. Trapped with nowhere to run, the monster prepares for one final attack. The thick layers of Earth underground block the gamma radiation filling the machine, finally cutting off its power. Tiny scans the defeated robot and discovers a glowing green gamma core hidden inside. But before the Avengers can investigate further, the ground begins to shake, and a familiar weapon bursts through the rubble. Jonah has returned.